Hello everybody, my name is Serious Jack. Welcome back to another video where today, we're doing a little bit of a different video. I'm gonna be actually talking about some DLCs that I would like to see in, Dead by Daylight. So, I think it would be really cool. I've been seeing some videos going around for Chapter 17, and we already know it's gonna be licensed, which is super cool. But, I've been watching some videos, and I've been thinking this for a while. Springtrap from Five Nights at Freddy's would go so well in this game. I feel like it would just be an amazing killer to have, just an amazing like DLC for Five Nights at Freddy's and everything. I think that would be super cool if we had a DLC like that. But yeah, let's get right into what I would like to see in it. All right, so I think that Springtrap would be a taller killer, probably like around like Michael Myers, maybe Tracker, like the taller killers. I'm thinking that maybe he would move at like 110 speed, just whatever like the normal killer speed is, just 110 movement speed. I think that would be really cool. Maybe also with just the model, maybe just either the basic Springtrap or maybe like a more broken down version of him, whichever one. So I think, let's talk about the weapon, because every killer has to have a weapon. I'm thinking for his weapon, maybe either a knife, because in the books, when he kills the people, the kids or whatever, he says, it says that the Spring Bonnie hand cannot hold a normal knife because it's too bulky or whatever. So he made a custom-made knife, which could either be his weapon, or my idea was a syringe. We'll get on to why it would be a syringe, because that's his power. That would get into his power. My idea for his power. Yeah, let's just move on. Let's just move on to the power, because the weapon was pretty short. So the power, I think, would be maybe he can either just be a normal killer with just a normal M1 attack, no other special ability. But that he still has a power, like maybe he has like cameras, kind of like maybe he can place cameras on higher up spots, and it takes maybe like 5 seconds to place. And when a survivor gets caught on them, they get a status effect, maybe called like caught or seen, and it would give Springtrap a notification, but they would also get that status effect. So when Springtrap would catch them and down them. And I'm also thinking maybe with either add-ons or just normally, maybe they would get the exposed status effect for maybe like 20 seconds, 30 seconds. Maybe it would increase. Would be when he downs them, and he carries them, and maybe he would actually have like a special carry ability, is maybe instead of maybe carrying them on the shoulder, they could still very well do that, but maybe he like drags them on the ground or something, and they have to like try and wiggle off with his hand or something. I feel like that would be kind of sick, since he's like a huge robot. He doesn't need them on his shoulder. He's so incredibly strong, because he's a robot. He can just drag them on the ground. But what I'm thinking is that maybe he instead, kind of like Pyramid Head, instead of putting them on a hook, he would put them in an animatronic suit. That's why that would be the status effect for them being seen on the camera. Is that he could stuff them in a animatronic suit, whichever one it is, and basically it acts like the Cage of Atonement, like Pyramid Head had, where basically they can't Kobe, they can't try and attempt, they can stay there, and it maybe could be kind of like just like the Cage of Atonement, maybe. But maybe when someone saves them, the head doesn't come off. Like the head of the animatronic suit doesn't come off, so they're stuck with the head on. And what I'm thinking is it could then transition into like the pig's power, where it's basically like a reverse bear trap, where they have to try and find like maybe a crowbar or something to get it off of their head. Or maybe there's like the spring lock crank or whatever. Maybe you could get that or something, because you can see Purple Guy holding that in the pictures, like the 8-bit stuff. Maybe you have to find a spring lock crank, and you have to like crank it off your head or something, and that takes like maybe 10 seconds. But I think that would be cool. That would be super cool, actually. But I think that would be really cool. But if you don't get it off in time, it could be like the pig's power, where you die, but instead of like it opening your mouth, it would like squeeze your head really tight, kind of like how in Five Nights at Freddy's 1, when you die, the eyes pop out of the front of the mask. That could be the same thing with this. Your eyes pop out the front of the mask because it gets so tight or something. It makes pop your eyes out. I feel like that would be cool, and it instantly kills you. So it'd be kind of like the pig's power. Or my other idea is, so that would be like the knife weapon. But if they decided to go the route that I want to go, is a syringe. He would have a syringe. If you guys have ever read the books or seen videos about the books, you know that Remnant is a thing. So Remnant is like your soul in that universe. That's like basically your soul, and you can extract that with a syringe. You can have it in a syringe. So I'm thinking when you hit a survivor with the syringe, you actually take some of their remnant, kind of like how the Oni, when he smacks you, you take their remnant, or sorry, their blood orbs, or you could have it to where maybe they, just like Oni, they periodically drop remnant or something. That's if they wanted to do that, or just when you smack them. I would say just when you smack them, so it's not just like Oni. But I'm thinking when you hit them, you take the remnant, and then you have to hit either 2 separate survivors to get it, because you need it. It fills up halfway, but you need another one. Maybe you either have to just down the survivor they're already chasing, or like Oni, you can't hit the same survivor if they're already injured. You can't hit injured survivors and gain blood orbs. Maybe that could be the same with Springtrap, so maybe you have to hit 2 different survivors, or maybe wait for that one guy to heal up. But I'm thinking either this is too OP. I think it would just be a really cool feature. Would be injecting it into a empty animatronic suit and having a bot roam around. And maybe when they find a survivor, they scream and give away their location, or maybe they jump scare them and then the survivor screams and gives their location away to Springtrap. I think that would be cool. Or he would inject, depending on if they want to put that in the game, they could also have it to where he injects it into himself. And this isn't like really in the lore of the game, but I think it would just be a cool feature. Would be he runs faster, like maybe Legion speed faster. And he actually can injure and down survivors. And maybe he can, or maybe just injure them. But it's kind of like how Legion is. Maybe you have to build up like a Legion power or something. That would be cool. Maybe maybe he could have like a syringe. You gain the remnant, and then you put it into yourself. Then you grab like a knife, and then you go around stabbing people. That could be kind of cool. I guess that's actually it. But that's kind of it for his power. I think that would be super sick to have like maybe you gain remnant periodically, like by stabbing people. I think that would be cool. One other thing. When maybe he gets out of his power, I think that it'd be super cool since, he is still human, and he still is in a spring lock suit. Maybe when he runs around, the spring lock stab into him, and he starts, like, coughing up blood or something. I think that would just be really cool, to just have him, like, get, like, stabbed a bunch by the spring locks or whatever. Alright, and then moving on to his Mori. Already. Wow. So his Mori, I think it would be cool if maybe he stuffs you into a suit, or maybe he puts a head on you or something, and maybe you get, or like if you get like maybe he stuffs you in a spring lock suit, and you just get stabbed by all the spring locks. I think that would be cool as a cool Mori, or maybe he like jump scares you or something, and then maybe like the survivor could be like Michael Afton, or I think that would be cool. I'm not gonna get too in depth about like the perks on this video, but maybe I'll make another video about like talk about like the perks and everything. But with the survivor, maybe like Michael Afton, something like that. I think that would be cool. As a cool survivor, maybe yeah, I think they could do some pretty cool stuff with the survivors. Then let's look at the map. What would the map be? Well, you guys might be thinking, oh, it's really obvious it'd be FNAF 1 or something. True, it could be FNAF 1, or it could be FNAF 3. Which is Springtrap's origin, is FNAF 3. If you guys didn't know, that's where he came from, FNAF 3. Maybe it could be a FNAF 3 map, where, like, maybe, you have, like, I was thinking, well, the map would be too big. It would be too small. It'd be way too small, because the maps in the games aren't that big. They're pretty small. So I'm thinking maybe for the map, they add an outside area, kind of how maybe Lambkin Lane is, where you have different houses, but the pizzeria is one of the houses. Maybe that's like the main building. Is kind of like how in Lambkin Lane, Michael Myers' house is like the main building, or it's like the special building. Maybe that could be the same with Springtrap. Maybe FNAF 3 could be, or FNAF 1 could be the main building, where if you complete the gen in there, you get that special achievement. Maybe it could be like the office. Maybe it's like a 1-person gen. They could also have it to where they could also have, they could have like they could have like houses lined up with all the generators. Maybe they have like a park or something in it. That's just like my own little thoughts for the map. With the map offerings, or the map offering, I think there's 3 choices. I think it could either be a slice of pizza, because Freddy Fazbear's Pizza and everything, a present, because that's like the whole FNAF thing is presents, or 3, I thought this was a really cool idea, a videotape, like a security camera tape, like a VHS or something, because the game does take place in the 80s. I think that would be sick. Would be like a VHS tape with like the video recording, and it has a higher chance to send you to FNAF 3 or FNAF 1 or whatever. And then the last thing I want to talk about is I want to give a shout out to another YouTuber. He goes way more in depth than I am just in this one video about his power. He goes into perks and everything. His YouTube name is Venom Xenomorph. He does very amazing quality videos. I really like his videos. I've been watching them a lot about Springtrap and everything. But yeah, I would love to see Springtrap in Dead by Daylight. I think it'd be super cool. And yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's a little different. Normally I'm just doing gameplay. This time it's like me just telling you guys. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.